Hi everybody, this is Otto and today I'm going to be reacting to ReZero Season 3, Episode 8. And apparently this is going to be like the last episode for like 2 months, which is like, why, how did it come to this? Like, are there troubles in the production? I don't know, but I just looked it up and apparently it was announced that this was going to happen since we got the number of episodes for the score. So, yeah, this is just really strange. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good that the animators have breaks, if that is what it's supposed to be for, but I doubt it. So it's like it's 16 episodes. Why make it 16 if they were going to have a break in the half of the core? I don't know. Like, explain to me. Because I'm definitely no expert on the behind the scenes of this. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to have to wait until episode 9. But at least we know. And it's not, like indefinite. So let's talk about episode 7. And specifically, I'm just pretty much going to be talking about 3 characters, and those are going to be Al, Emilia, and Subaru, and how those 3 kind of affect each other. So first, Al, I really didn't take notice. Like, it was just, very little, but he really wants to put Emilia and Subaru in boxes of like princess and knight. Especially when he talks to Emilia at the beginning of the episode. Like, he calls her, oh, you're supposed to be a kidnapped girl in distress, but like, she's not at all that. So he's like, and I think I mentioned like, oh, he doesn't know her that well, so it kind of makes sense that he'd think that at first, but then he just keeps going with it. Like, it would be one thing if it was like, oh, okay, I guess I had you pegged as a very different type of girl. Either that or you grew since the last time I really talked or saw you. Which would have been during literally when we met all the candidates in season 1. So, but he doesn't. He just keeps on going. Once she's like, oh, did I miss something? Like, I'm not sure what you're trying to tell me, Al. And then, like, he's like, oh, but like, are you worried at all? Like, don't try to put on a tough act. And I don't think she is. And I knew that, because we've been privy to how she's changed during season 2. How she's a lot more independent and just at the same time being validated by Subaru on her approach on things. And even if she does change, even if she does wrong things, there will always be there someone who will support her and love her. And yeah, she says, I have no doubt that Subaru will save me. So, like, why would I be worried? And that's just really sweet. So she has to make sure that he won't be in danger when he comes to save her. She's doing her part. And then, before he hangs up, he's like, well, I'm sure your prince on a white horse will take care of the rest. And obviously that completely goes over Emilia's head. And she's like, but I don't think it'll be a prince. It'll be Subaru who does that. And Al just goes like, oh yeah, right. I'm sorry, my bad. But he still. It's not like he changed his mind or Emilia like gave him something to think about, because later on with Subaru he'll try to do that again. But yeah, I also really love that. That's really special. And I think I said that last episode, that Emilia doesn't see Subaru as this prince in a horse that can do everything and anything. No, he's just a guy that loves her and will do everything in his power to do what he can. But she knows that what he can do is very limited. But regardless, he won't give up. That said, he's still full of flaws. But yeah, then we see Al reuniting with Subaru, and he tells him what Emilia told him. And then we have Garfield just being vulnerable and showing his affection for Subaru after thinking he might have been dead. But yeah, when Al comes in, he says something along, the bride who's about to be wed is waiting for her prince on a white horse to rescue her. Once again, now I don't know if this is like what what is prompting Al to think this way? Is it because he came from a specific time period that this was the thinking? Or Al, just from past experiences, had something with a girl like Subaru and Emilia, but it was just very completely different. And he was trying to live up to those old-fashioned standards, and he couldn't do it. Because, if you see his relationship with and dynamic with Priscilla, like, she couldn't be any further from just a damsel in distress. So it definitely doesn't come from that. It has to be from a past relationship, or just the way he was raised. Then we go back to Emilia. And she talks to the blonde girl that has been in charge of her. And she basically spills it all about how she feels. Like, she genuinely just wanted Emilia to go so that Regulus would get mad, take it out on her, and she would be freed from this by being killed. And we go back to the others. They talk more about the media. They talk about the water thingy. Yeah, the Watergate. And they don't come to any conclusions about who did it. But I'm still thinking it's Al. Now, why wouldn't he say anything? I think it's related to him not wanting to be this big hero, He's just doing things to help out, but he doesn't want the responsibility to be seen as one. And then they start talking about who is going to do the speech and talk to the people. I do think it's interesting that both Anastasia and Julius don't want to do it. And they're aware that they're not really going to be enough to give people the hope that they need. Like there's definitely some shortcomings there. Which, if they were the winning, like if they were already feeling qualified enough for something that the future ruler of the kingdom would do. But they don't feel like that yet. Okay, now we get to Al saying his piece. If you had doubts, don't do it, brother. Is the guy standing here right now really all that great? I really feel like there's a lot of projecting from Al here. That he's going through a similar thing here, where a lot of people put their faith and trust in him, and he wasn't able to go through with it. Whether, it was due to fear and he ran away, or he tried and didn't work. Regardless, that's where all this is coming from, I feel. Taking everything upon himself somehow makes everything work out, then yeah, he's great. But the majority of ordinary folks cannot shoulder that kind of burden. I can't, and you know you can't. So why should you have to carry so much weight? Yeah. Like, even if Al hasn't gone through something very similar, I do feel like his point of view is understandable, but the way that Al reacts to Subaru going for it, I feel it's telling. Oh, he even says, I feel sorry for you. And then he talks about priorities. Like, just care for your princess, Emilia, just like I only will do things for my princess. I'm happy to put off everyone else. Yeah, he feels like once, some time ago, he didn't have his priorities straight, tried to save everyone. It led to him losing a lot. And now he only focuses on what's the closest, most important to him, and him alone. So we could see a character arc where Al starts acting more like the other knights. He doesn't have to, but I think it could be interesting to him that he starts gaining hope the way that Subaru did for those other people. It's not gonna happen, I don't think, this arc. It could, but we would have to spend more time with him. But yeah, Subaru just says basically, it's in my instincts, if I see someone who needs help, I'll go and reach out my hand. That's just how I am. I can't help it. And then Al's response to that is just, if you're going to do this, the only thing you'll be carrying is heroic delusions. Oh, that's such a good line. I think that's going to be very important for Subaru's arc coming forward. Losing is unacceptable, you have to win. You carry people's hopes, shoulder their expectations, and fight for the future. Yup. Isn't losing always unacceptable? This carries a different weight. The losses won't be your own anymore. And then Subaru just thinks about both losses and wins that he's had in the past. And he thinks, well, it's just the same as usual. And I kind of see why he thinks that. After all, Al doesn't know about Return by Death. He doesn't know all the things that Subaru has gone through and persevered throughout this story. But just like he doesn't know, we also don't know what Al has go through to say all this stuff. But yeah, he goes through Anastasia, Garfield, and Julius, thanking them. And then he says to Al, "Thanks for worrying about me." Al just looks away, walks away, and goes to sit right at the one of the corners of the room, which is so interesting to me. He really has to put a physical distance between Subaru and himself after that. Like, he seems almost disappointed in Subaru. Like, he wanted him to reject this. Like, he sees Subaru going through with this is going to, for sure, definitely, inevitably, cause him great pain in the future. And then we go back to Emilia, and she finds out what Regulus did to everyone that she knew. And she looks horrified and a little bit hesitant about what to say next. Then we get Subaru's speech. And I'm not going to talk about everything about it, because for one, I don't have the words to really speak on why it's so amazing. Just this is one of the things where I'm less explaining and more just feel it, man. But this easily top 3 Subaru monologues in the series for me. That's the core of his character, you know. I want to go and hide because I'm just as afraid as anyone else. I'm weak. I'm selfish. I'm all this. But regardless, I'm still going to fight. Because if I don't, I'll never forgive myself. So the only reason I need is that I can't just stand by and watch all these people be hurt. And Emilia, listening to all of it, is so good too. Her and what she's trying to do with all the girls is very similar to what Subaru did with all the people. But also her and the blonde girl especially. And then Subaru with Al, I feel like it's also a parallel. Trying to show someone, that doesn't want to believe in hope anymore. To such a scale that it is possible. Okay, but when was Reinhardt coming in? As the title shows, the newest of heroes and most ancient of heroes. Which I don't really know which title is referring to. But anyway, I've been talking for so long. But there was so much on that episode, okay? I really needed to talk about it. So let's get into episode 8. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Opening. Oh! Huh? What? Huh? Can you explain? What? What? Why would he keep it? Why would he keep that secret from Subaru? Okay, so it was Otto. Oh my god, that was yesterday. Okay. Okay. Yeah, actually. Mm. Liliana. Is Priscilla with her? Yeah, okay. So she came to Al. So he didn't have to go looking for her. Is Oh, that was unnecessary. He was so happy to see her. Mm. Okay. Never mind, he did need to go look for her. Okay. I'm sure it'll be helpful. Oh yeah, Al is literally what he didn't want to do. Whoa. Ooh, that's very interesting. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, Beatrice's was blank. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I mean, right. I mean, we need him, but we didn't forgive him. Okay. Mm, I understand. Well done, Otto. Oh, yeah, where were you? Oh, with Krish. Oh. Oh yeah, she listened to the broadcast, I think. We saw like a little bit of a reaction. Yeah, it looks a little different. Don't you think he's already tried so many things already? Oh. Oh. Mm. Oh, be careful, Subaru. Is it because both of them have dragon blood in them? Oh. Hmm. Yeah. Shit. Uh, oh. Oh man. The first sign of that burden. He can't allow himself to be as reckless as he wants to be. Damn. Mm. Hi. Oh? He knows both of them? Mm. Oh, Wallachia. I've heard that. That's an arc, I think, later. What? Yo, I was just guessing that randomly. Of course it was going to be something like that. Oh man, what if he sees it though? It'll be even more shocking. He said something about like the Shinigami something. Yeah, divine protection. Huh. Okay. Oh man. Of course. I, yeah. Man, I'm curious how that conversation between Priscilla and Al continued. Hmm? By what? A divine protection? Oh, I. She's going to have one, isn't she? Telepathy. Huh. Don't worry about it. But yes, I knew Liliana was going to have one. That was easy. Mm-hmm. Mm, this is more important for Garfield as an individual. No. Oh? Yep. Okay. Mm, yeah. Oh. No. No, this is so sweet. Oh, Subaru's hand. Hmm. Hmm. Oh! Oh, what? It's already starting? This is a lot faster than I thought. We gotta hurry, but I mean, we're still all us the audience gotta wait. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. Hmm. And this is the time for Emilia to say what she's thinking. Even if it's gonna go like she's basically talking to a wall here. Oh, oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, I like this. Oh? Oh, let's go! Yes! Of course, Subaru would have quite the quips. Oh, this LSD! Let's go! Let's fucking go! The Wedding Crashers! Oh. Oh. My boy. Okay, man. Ah. I cannot believe we have to wait 2 months until next episode. That's gonna be painful. Also, yeah, okay. There was a lot of stuff happening this episode, but no, it was just regular length. Oh my god. Oh, there was so much. I'm definitely not gonna be able to talk uh, in depth about everything that I want today, so I'm just straight up, yeah, going to say that whenever episode 9 comes out, in like, oh my god, like somewhere in February, uh, you're gonna get a probably better discussion. But yeah, okay. Otto had the Tomos of Wisdom, or the one that Roswell had, and he's trying to get it restored, just to see if anything that was beyond what we'd seen him plan was there, and if he's working on it secretly. Which honestly, good for Otto, because I don't think anyone even, yeah, just the way that Subaru reacts, no one ever thought of that being a possibility. Because, like Otto said, he'll be wary for both Subaru and Emilia. And hey, even I was being naive, thinking, granted, it may not be, but like I was just taking it for granted that Roswell had just given up. But like, yeah, we can't afford to really believe that. Even if it's like, he has the oath in his chest, there's probably still some loopholes he could exploit. As for Krush and Subaru touching her, then hurting himself, but healing her a little bit and taking her ailment into him. I don't know if that's what's going to end up being what makes her better, or if it's just going to be defeating Capella. But yeah, Felix is definitely acting as the less knightly out of all our knights. But at the same time, he's the only one that has his lady be quite out of commission like this. so I understand him acting as selfishly as he has. But, like, I'm just saying, if he ever speaks about the way that Subaru gets so worried about Emilia after this, that he's just gonna be a hypocrite because he always puts Crush above everyone else whenever she's in trouble, and we saw that too at the beginning of season 2 when she lost her arm, and then he wanted to dissolve the alliance between the Crush camp and the Emilia camp. Just thinking about pure, the Crush's camp benefit, disregarding Crush's feelings. So it's like understandable, but at the same time it's like, damn, he really isn't caring about anyone else right now. The Willhelm stuff, wow, okay. Yeah, so it is Theresia, but not quite. It's just her body, but it's not her soul. Now we'll see, how Willhelm deals with this. If he has to, actually, see her body, and if will that cause any hesitation. But I'm really curious about that. But now that Reinhardt is with Subaru at all times, well, in regards to this mission, I was like, but what if Reinhardt sees her? Like, that'll be worse if you don't tell him. But okay. Now there's still the whole, okay, Willhelm kinda, what's the word? Like, he's a little overcompensating in regards to protecting Reinhardt's feelings with how much he hurt them in the past. That, it was just one instance, but that one instance cut him deeply so much. So Wilhelm is now trying to make up for that. But I don't know if that's the way to go about it, But I don't know, I certainly do not know the right answer. Like, if I was in Wilhelm's shoes, what would I do? Especially considering that Wilhelm is just now starting to reconstruct his relationship with Reinhardt. It makes sense that he'd make mistakes like this and not trust his own grandson to deal with this, with his own feelings. And look at the mission and try to separate himself from it. But hopefully, even if he doesn't tell him now, I doubt Wilhelm will ever tell him. But I feel like Reinhardt has kind of a right to know. But yeah, when he said that he bears no responsibility whatsoever for my wife's death, I could have told you that since episode 1, and I did. But still, just getting to know the specific details as to what caused Wilhelm to ever say something like that. Even with, just dealing with his grief in a very unhealthy way. Now we got what the other main factor was. Also, yeah, I did know that Reinhardt can just get a a freaking divine protection out of nowhere if he needs it. And I also knew that was one of the spoilers about this arc that I knew. Actually, that might have been the only one about Reinhardt fighting Regulus. I can finally say it. I knew that from the very beginning. Also, really, also cool. Just the way that, well, I don't know if cool, I don't know if that's the word, but like, Reinhardt just trying to take Wilhelm's place in fighting lust. Because he's already there in years and he doesn't want him to over exert himself. And he's worried that something might happen to him now that he's just, like I said, starting to rebuild their relationship. But Wilhelm basically told him in his old rugged way, like, don't worry about me, boy. I'm still the sword demon. This always been how it's been like for me. And I feel like if this was before season 3, Reinhardt wouldn't even like try it because he would have been like too awkward to even say anything. Or like he would have felt like it wasn't his place to say anything of keeping his grandpa safe. But now, like I said, that they've had this, he feels comfortable enough to say something like that. Also, just I kind of skipped over it, but yeah, Al is usually, like, aside from last episode, he's usually very chill and just laid back. But the moment that he saw Priscilla, he was like, oh my god, princess, you're here! I never seen that guy so happy. Then, of course. And also, yeah, he didn't see coming that she would smack him away. And also, as well, when she, like, sat down and she was like, okay, include me in this talk, to join the fight. Al was like, oh, wow, hang on now, what are we doing? We're actually not doing this, right? And she was like, of course I am. Al, what? Do you want me to run away? Is that it? And he genuinely looked a little taken aback. Now, I don't think he would ever think of her, like, run away in, like, fear. But more so, like, she wouldn't be interested at all in, like, helping protect this town, this city. So that's probably why he was taken aback. But I feel like that's related to his characterization in episode 7. Oh man, there's so much I wanted to say about Emilia's short speech at the end there. Like, what basically, what she believes that romance is, love is, her, everything that she thinks about marriage. Ever since she was taken by Regulus, it's been building up to this. And it's to showcase as well how she's changed from when we met her, and in regards also to how she sees Subaru. And she still doesn't really understand what being in a romantic relationship would be. Like, what differentiates friendship from romance. So she still needs time for that. And she feels bad for it, but, like, she knows that Subaru will wait. And eventually, she'll know. And she hopes that she'll fall in love with the person that she wants right now. And, oh, that's so good! Also, the importance of names. I knew that was going to come up. But the fact that she mentioned the way that Subaru uses Emilia tan, and when he doesn't, how that's meaningful too. Oh, 10 out of 10. Then we get the triumphal entrance of Subaru and his strongest friend, Reinhard van Austria. But mainly Subaru, who is the one that has the personal stakes here. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.